Good evening, people. Sorry for the audio delay. Please once again confirm whether the audio and video is clear. We'll wait for one more minute. Good evening. Success Devotion. Rhea. Arun Kumar. Suman. Durgeshwari. Bhokta. Siddharth. Yash Rajput. Pallavi. Bhumi. All right, people. Any new people, anybody newly who have joined here, whose first class it is when it comes to the Titan or Pinnacle batch? Any newcomers? Lecture is not showing in PW app. Which lecture? Very good. 10th में ही आ जाओ. Good evening. Shakti Tamil Selvan. I'm fantastic, Kushbu. Thank you for asking. Prajwal Kulkarni. All right. See, this is something which I have always been addressing, like a stuck tape recorder, but still I will address the same because this one mistake can actually cost you very dearly. I've been always telling you, when it comes to current affairs, CA, attend my class. And maybe even take down running notes just because you want to stay alert or whatever. But don't make notes out of it. Don't make notes. Because the reason being that I have always told you, on a topic, generally UPSC may not ask a specific question. The chances that the topic what I have given, exactly like that the question will come, chances are less. Now, how will you get to know which topic is being asked, etc., etc.? Well, that again depends on two things. Number one, PYQ. So what I want you to do is, you're going to get you're having the content with you. Cross check it with what topics have been asked as a PYQ in the past years. Write an answer based on the content that I am giving here. This way what happens is, you'll start practicing answer writing from day one. As I've told in my 2027 strategy series, I have told you, one video is out there in the video section, you can see it in the same channel. I've told you from day one, you're supposed to start your answer writing. So don't make notes. So you attend the class. Anyway, Titan, Pinnacle and CCA batch, you will be getting my PDF. Plus, what do you do? Write PYQs based on whatever materials I have given you in the class. Then read monthly current affair compilation. Just keep reading it. This is all you have to do. In spite of telling this a countless number of times, I can still see people actually sitting and reading the newspaper. Oh my lord. Yeah. I've still seen people actually making the same mistake again and again. They'll make notes from the newspaper. So in spite of telling this a countless number of times, students still reach out to me where they make notes from the newspaper, where they again do the same blunder of making down big tall notes. They keep doing it again and again. Now, the problem with that is, you will only end up improving your handwriting. You will end up having very big fat books which you will never read again. And yeah, maybe your handwriting will improve. Other than that, nothing. Because what have you done? Some topic was there in the newspaper, you took it down. Because some bhaiya, some didi told you, no, newspaper, if you don't read, what is the whole point? They would have given you some example. You know, if you cook food, it will be tasty. But if you eat your neighbor's food, it won't be that tasty. They'll give you some vahiyat examples like that. See, the point here is to save on your time and to prepare in the right direction. That is the most important thing. And how to save on your time. I can show you countless examples of toppers where this is the strategy that they have followed. That is, they would have read the papers, but they will stick to what? A weekly current affair class, then the monthly current affair compilation. More than that, what else you need? You cannot have 100% control over current affairs. Please understand. Don't even try to do pin to pin. Like some students will keep asking me, so Supreme Court said this, what do you think? Okay, Supreme Court said it, fine. Let Supreme Court say, they have every right to say it. Is that a final conclusion? Then fine. Remember it. If it is not a final conclusion, it is an ongoing subjudicial matter, let it go. Let the final conclusion come. Till then, why are you being worried? Why are you getting worked up for it? And again, I am telling you, if at all you want to read any article, any magazine, any newspaper, whatever it is, first things first, look out for numerical data. Look out for organizations' names or reports. If none of these three are there, don't bother to read it. Don't even bother. There are so many jobless people in our country. There are so many people who have retired from high posts, etc. They will write one article where they will easily get paid, maybe say 20,000, 25,000 per piece they get. They are paid. They are paid not because their article is good to read. It is only because they would have given a critical analysis of the government based on their own observation, which you can give, I can give, anybody who has read current affairs can give. When I am saying something, it should be based on data. When you go through today's current affairs again, as well as many of my classes, you will understand that when I say something, it is always based on data. I don't speak something simply like, oh, this I feel it is like this, I feel it is like that. No. Data is there. On that basis only I will say. See, this is the observation. This is the thing. Clear, people? Yeah. Good evening, Chaitanya. Prajwal. Okay. Sian, once again, everybody, good evening. So let's get right into it. Last week, we had left out with social media, AI, and online fraud. Labor rights, forest rights, and border development. From international relations, we have New Start. Then most important current affair topics of almost, let us say, 8 days. Most important ones. I've clubbed it under different headings. Constitutional law, courts, free speech and governance, public health, food regulation, tobacco, sleep science and accident insurance, AI, biotech and advanced research, energy, climate policy, cooling infrastructure and strategic oil, urban governance, digital land management and decentralized waste systems. These are the topics that we'll be seeing today. Correct. So let us take it further forward. Please, to the YouTube community, keep your non-UPSC, non-topic related doubts to the end of the class. 9:30 p.m. I will take it up. All right. So let us take it further forward. So what is this whole thing about? See, basically, in a nutshell, Australia as well as Spain, they are going to pass laws. Australia has already passed. Spain is thinking about passing. What law? To ban social media for under 16 people. In Australia, it is already there, under 16. If at all they find any social media company, let us say Instagram, and they have a user there who is under 16, then they can be fined up to 50 million Australian dollars. That is the point. So both the countries are very clear that nobody less than 16 years should be using social media. In India, so far, we don't have any such law. Because unfortunately or fortunately, they continue to be one of the major groups who are using it. 13-year-old, 40, I mean, practically a newborn baby also have a social media profile these days. Parents literally are making money even out of that. I mean, it is legitimate, it is legal, there is nothing illegal about it. A child's security, especially when that child is less than 18 years old, to what extent that child's privacy needs to be protected, that is a parent's call entirely. Then one term, Saspocalypse. Now, Saspocalypse is not an official term. It is a term generated by a private company. What is a Saspocalypse? See, right now what we are having is software as a service. SaaS means that. Not your mother-in-law. Software as a service. Means what? If I want to use Adobe, if I want to use YouTube Premium, I subscribe for it. Every month I will make a payment for it. And for that payment, I'll get some service. But this is going to end. Why this is going to end? See, right now, if you imagine, you have YouTube, then you have Insta, then you have Google separate, then you have something separate, that's separate. Imagine a future where you are having only, let us say, one AI tool. Let us say Gemini, which is Google's. This Gemini one app is there. And this app knows what are your preferences. This app knows. And they, based on your past history, as soon as, let us say, you click a photo, they will put a tag, hashtag something something, and they will upload it into Insta, Meta. They will even put a music from the list of playlists that you generally listen to. They will put a music and they will upload it into YouTube, your channel. They will even give generalized replies like thank you. For positive comments, they will give generalized replies. You don't even have to open any of these apps separately. Got the point here? Okay. Getting the point. So this is the future. This is a hypothetical situation what I am giving you. But this is very much the future that we are looking into. Got the point? Anything at the drop of a hat. That is you. Why it is so means because the next where we are headed to is Gemini has studied all your pattern. It has learnt about you. It keeps perceiving new information about you and then it takes action. You don't have to do anything separate. Gemini will take care of everything. That means from having multiple apps in your phone screen, we are very well moving into an era where you may only have one app there. And that app will even take care of your calls, maybe your WhatsApp, bank account, everything. This is where we are headed to. Got the logic? Taking it further forward. Now, Information Technology Rules Amendment. What is this latest amendment? Amendments to Information Technology Rules 2026. This has come in force from 20th February 2026. What is the new rule? See, earlier the thing was, if any content, let us say some useless idiots are there in this country, unfortunately. Okay. They make a fake AI generated image or video. And this is posted in Insta. They did it because why? They wanted their 2 seconds of fame. 2 seconds of fame. One thing what we are all equally guilty of is when somebody puts a like to our comment or to something that we posted, we get a kick out of it. Why? Because it boosts our ego. We are being accepted. Can't help it. The reason being that, especially if at homes, etc., we have not been accepted much. Let us say, hypothetical. I'm not telling that every Indian household is dysfunctional. But the reality is, generally inside our household, more than us, Sharma ji ke bete has more validity, more acceptance. So sometimes what happens is when you post such videos, post such thing, you get a few likes, you get a few shares, and yes, maybe a few subscription. This acts like a moral boost or ego boost, which further leads to what? You crave for it more. Cravings will increase. But then what happens to get it? Then you will go to any extent possible. Now you are putting your videos out there, no issues, but you are generating fake videos of other people and you're putting it in whatever, Insta, Facebook, wherever, for whatever fun you want to get or little bit money you want to earn. Now the problem is, let us say it is a video about nudity or any content which is capable of creating a law and order situation. It is there in Instagram, and Instagram obviously has what? Users. For this idiot who has posted it, his target is not Instagram. His target is what? The users here. The problem is Instagram is what here? An intermediary. So what the government is telling, earlier the rule was, government will give safe harbor protection to Instagram. Safe harbor protection means what? Okay, I understand you're only an intermediary. I will not punish you for this stupid content, whatever has been posted here. I will not punish you. Provided you take out, when any government authority places a request, you take out the content within 24 to 36 hours. Within 24 to 36 hours, you should remove the content. This was the old law. Even after getting a government request, if the platform, Instagram, whatever, any social media platform, if they don't remove the content, then they will be punished. They won't get any safe harbor clause. This was the old rule. And you had to give it in writing, like which content needs to be removed, what is the reason for it. Plus, an opportunity also should be given for the Instagram, for the social media platform, to an opportunity to present their side of the story. So it was pretty much egalitarian, you are giving equal opportunity to both the sides. The latest rule is, this 24 to 36 has been brought down to 2 to 3. Within 2 to 3 hours, once a government official places a request to remove a content, and that too orally, it has to be removed. If it is not removed, it will not get this safe harbor protection. Two sides to it. One side is what? Definitely it is necessary, because obviously, like I told you, the idiots who are doing this, they are putting nude videos out there, and some are nude videos. Most of the time, the nude videos are non-consensual. Without the knowledge of the victim, they have shot the video and then they are posting it in the social media. So in such cases, it has to be taken down immediately, because nudity and violence sells in our country royally. I mean, it gets sold in every country basically. So that is why we need such a step. But on the other side, if you look at it, it is a blatant attack on freedom of speech and expression. You cannot make even a funny video and immediately people will be like, this is insulting, this is insulting. Oh, no, we won't entertain this, blah, 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 blah. Immediately they remove it. Getting the point here? Correct. Taking it further forward. So, that is the rule. Photorealistic AI generated content must be prominently labeled. That is, if it is an AI content, it should be labeled. An interesting thing that had happened very recently was that the director Nelson announced a new Tamil movie where the Indian legends Rajinikanth and Kamal Hassan are reuniting again after a very big gap. More than 3 or 4 decades. They are coming back again. So they made a video out of it. I literally thought, after looking at that teaser video, that this was AI. Because we are literally seeing so many AI videos these days. Now it has become very difficult to know which is original, which is fake. So the first impression is what? Are AI, pura ka pura. Because I thought, like, from where you will get both of them together? What are they doing? Maybe it is for promotion. They may make it later. But No way that they got both of them, they dressed up, they walked and all that. Maybe the makers also knew that there was this, maybe the whole video looked like it. Within a few days, they released a behind the scenes video. And that behind the scenes video literally proved that that entire video was original. It was not fake. So this has become a literally, impossible. In fact, the AI has gone to the extent where they have literally made a video where Tom Cruise is seen fighting with Keanu Reeves. Or the Telugu superstar Mahesh Babu is seen fighting with Rajmouli. Like that, multiple videos are out there today where you're like, oh my god, literally they are mouthing dialogues. That normal glitches, what you see, you're unable to see it anymore. So that is the reason why they said that at least it should be labeled, and it has been proposed a 10% label coverage. Final rules flexible. 10% means in that video, 10% of the part should be what? Clearly marked. Why suddenly everyone in Kerala is unnecessarily politicizing beef eating? Court or government declared. First of all, this is a free country. Everybody has the right to express. If a couple of filmmakers can make a movie titled Kerala Story 2, which has nothing to do with the state of Kerala, even in their press conference, you saw that. That is their freedom. They can make a movie. It is my freedom whether I want to watch that movie or not. It is the freedom of the people to protest against it or not. They can choose any path as long as it is non-violent and does not affect another individual's fundamental right. As simple as that. Don't get worked up over that. Court or government declared illegal content within 3 hours. Non-consensual nudity or deepfake within 2 hours. Earlier the timeline was 24 to 36. Earlier only one officer per state was permitted to issue these orders. Now it is only what? Multiple officers have been permitted. So far they have not clearly mentioned which grade of officer it is. But I think from inspector level onwards it will be allowed. Because content generation is increasing faster. You cannot literally expect every SP, everybody, SP rank onwards, that is IPS rank onwards, everybody will be in a situation where they can, they are sitting there to see the social media content. It is not possible. So I think inspector level onwards it will be there. We will wait for a further clarification on this. Now coming to Article 19.2. Now let me tell you this article, Article 19, that is freedom of speech and expression. Article 21. Two very favorite topics of UPSC along with IT Act. Always keep it in mind. It is not banned in Kerala. It is just that there are less takers for that movie. But I got to hear that movie is being watched. It has opened to good numbers, in other parts of the country. Anyway. See, there is one simple rule that people generally tend to ignore. You want to defeat somebody, you want to take revenge on somebody, the best thing to do is ignore them. Don't give it importance. The more you talk about anything, they will keep growing. It's as simple as that. So reasonable restrictions on freedom of speech is permitted for sovereignty, security, public order, morality, defamation, friendly relations, etc. So you have section 69A of the IT Act 2000 and the blocking rules of 2009. 2009 blocking rules means it basically tells under what ground you can block it. So earlier the thing was that this was the earlier rule. The reason for blocking, you should give it in what? You should give it in writing. And then you should go to a committee. Dilip, stop spamming the YouTube comment section. Sahyog portal case. Now, what is the Sahyog portal? It is an automated notice system for content blocking. This was challenged by X, formerly Twitter, in Karnataka High Court. Karnataka High Court basically said, no, this is true. Because this fellow is done Elon Musk. He believes that anything can be published. It is okay. It is just for a laugh. Now, for him, it won't be a matter because countless number of wives, countless number of kids. So, if somebody else's mothers or wives or sisters' video is being put out over there, which is AI generated, he can sit and laugh. Not for the others. Karnataka High Court also more or less had the same opinion. They basically upheld the portal as compliant with Section 69A of the IT Act, which simply means on reasonable grounds, content can be blocked. All right. Now, what has happened? Why we are discussing this? So, apparently, the Wire, that's an online platform again, media platform, they made a 52-second satire video of the Prime Minister. A satire. What do you mean by satire? Satire simply means it's like comedy, for the sake of comedy, like how we draw a caricature. Caricature is never exact drawing. It's a rough drawing, which will look like that person. It's meant for a laugh. You're not supposed to take it very seriously. But when the Wire made such a video and put it out there, they immediately got a request for removing the content and they had to take it down. So, satire jurisprudence also, these are the various cases involved in it. And in all the cases, what the Supreme Court has said is, it is political cartoons are recognized as exaggeration. It's an exaggeration. For example, now, the original OG when it comes to cartoons, political cartoons, that is Mr. Shankar, Times of India, the common man. So, one image is there, long time ago, making of the constitution. So, it is shown Prime Minister Nehru is sitting on a tortoise. And the tortoise is slowly walking. He's trying to hit. He's having a whip and he's trying to hit. But the tortoise is slowly walking. And on the tortoise, what is written? Making of the constitution. Why? Because it is taking time. We know. It took literally almost 4 or 5 years for the constitution to be completely adopted and completely made finally. So, that was a cartoon. But back then, it did not create any ruckus. Because it was believed that criticism is necessary. So he kept on doing this throughout. Shankar had kept on making such political cartoons throughout his lifetime. So, Supreme Court has also said that it is just an exaggeration. It is an artistic expression. And not lightly presumed to incite animosity. Its purpose is not to generate what? Animosity. Now, when you interpret whether something is sensitive or not, how do you interpret it? We have to look at somebody, a reasonable citizen, how will they view it? Not somebody who is hypersensitive. Oh, this is against my this is against my that, this is against my this. No. And unfortunately, in this era of social media, we have all become this hypersensitive touch-me-nots. Anything and everything will insult us immediately. Got the point? Sorry, not Shankar, R.K. Lakshman. Very, very sorry. Very, very sorry. My bad. People, users contribute money to them. That matters more. Which later got removed. See, that is the point. See, ultimately, it is all about R.K. Lakshman. I am very, very sorry. Please, not Shankar. R.K. Lakshman it is. Very, very sorry. So, likely presumed to incite animosity. So basically they told, yeah, chill, just relax. That is what Supreme Court has said. However, yeah, that's the thing. Alright, but still that content was removed, and because the new rules does not give any scope for review, etc., we can basically expect a lot of petitions going to be filed against this particular latest amendment on the IT Act. This topic will still continue. Alright. Moving further. Cyber fraud procedure. The Supreme Court has basically found out that there is a lot of cyber fraud that is happening in the country. And basically what Supreme Court has said is, these Ministry of Home Affairs should actually ensure complete coordination between all the agencies. Data wise, we will see it a little later. Haryana Voice Feedback Portal, banking oversight. What is this Haryana Voice Feedback Portal? For the first time in this country, a people's budget was introduced. That is what Haryana government is claiming. How have they done that? An AI enabled system whereby which citizens can make a call. Portal for 26-27 budget launched in January 6. 11,000 suggestions. It's a voice feedback portal. Voice feedback means you call that number and you give your concern or you give your opinion as to what do you think is most important for the upcoming budget. They literally got a whooping 11,000 suggestions and 750 on them were on local self-governance, municipalities or panchayats. We are literally moving into an era where almost everything is going to be monitored not only by the government but even by the people. That is where we are standing. All right. Banking oversight. RBI has basically urged, Supreme Court has urged RBI to strengthen depositor protection. We'll take it up. Again, like I've always told you, tension is something which you should never take alone. You should share it with others. All right. So in that regard again, why is it taking so long to implement DPDP Act? Others, it is not that it is taking long. Government has given it a little more time just because it wants the social media companies and other data center companies to create the infrastructure first before the laws are implemented. Because otherwise, straight away, if you start implementing it, most of the companies will start paying the penalty to the government right away. That is the only reason. They are just giving some room. But there are talks or discussions going on as of now to bring it, to make the deadline a little more early. That is, prepone it. From 2027 January, I think they want it to be preponed at least by 6 or 7 months. All right. Very good. All towards the end. Anganwadi in Odisha's Kendrapara district shut for nearly 3 months. What is the reason? Residents stopped sending children allegedly due to appointment of Dalit woman as helper cum cook. This is where we are standing as a country. All right, now when people say, so very recently you saw how China very subtly had insulted India. I mean, we can consider it as an insult if we want, or we can sit there shamelessly also. Did you see their AI summit? How robots were doing kung fu? And then we saw that infamous university and the confidence with which that lady was speaking, telling that all this has been generated and built in our university. So let me tell you one thing. That is the confidence that you need in life. Because as somebody rightfully told, the good people are full of doubts. And the bad people are always full of confidence. That is the problem. Now, somebody again said, this is what Vishwaguru, what 56-inch chest, what this, what that. Yes, we can completely blame the government for the shoddy show, for internationally getting insulted. All for that we can blame the government. No issues. For this, whom will you blame? 3 months, they did not send anybody just because the helper cum cook was from scheduled caste. Got the picture here? People are actually worried about, okay, a section of the population sitting and eating beef. That is never going to affect anybody's livelihood. Think about it. Me eating an animal is not going to affect another person's livelihood. Caste system definitely will. That is the true story. Everywhere in our country. Just because I mentioned one case from Odisha does not mean that the rest of the states are all a bed full of roses and sunshine. Clear? So this is the point. AI को ओडिया नहीं आता है क्या? स्पेलिंग का कबड़ा कर दिया. I'm very, very sorry. All right. If I knew to read Odia means I would have somehow edited it. Any which way. So that's it. Moving on, labor rights, forest rights, and border development. Taking it further forward, bonded labor system. What is this bonded labor system? See, bonded labor system is something which it is an evil. It is a social evil that exists in our country. What is this social? Or first of all, what is this bonded labor? How does it start? It's pretty interesting. It all starts from, let us say, a poor farmer. Maybe he would have borrowed, let us say, a very small amount, 5,000 rupees, from some rich farmer or money lender. Now the farmer borrowed it. The interest rates on this are anywhere between 36% to 120%. I'm not joking. And that is just the interest. You keep paying this interest means the principal will never get covered by it. You'll only keep paying the interest forever. This farmer also will keep paying the interest. But one fine day, let us say the father dies. The same fellow, this fellow will ask now the son. You have to pay off your father's debt. But son is too young. He cannot work in a field. Let us say he is only 10 years old, 8 years old, whatever. So what this fellow will do is put the son into either into brick kilns where bricks are made or in marble granite quarries. That small kid will go with its small hands. It doesn't know anything. In an age where it is supposed to play, it will go off to pay off this father's debt. What is it? 5,000 rupees. And it will keep working there. For how long? Maybe 10 years, 15 years, whatever. Till the curse is gone. The only thing it will get is 2 times meal. No pay. There is no payment again. The child will keep working there. In the event the child gets any injury, because obviously brick kiln, marble, granite quarry, these are not really safe places for any child to work. Child loses a finger, child loses a hand, a leg. Life, if the child loses, that will be the kindest thing to happen to it, him or her. But let us say it becomes handicapped. Then that same child will now be thrown into this is the cycle. A vicious, dreaded cycle. At the heart of it, what it is again? The very stupid caste system. Because in this again, it is generally the OBCs, the SCs, the STs that are targeted. They are the ones that faces the brunt of it. And they don't even know. They don't even know about their rights. They don't even know about anything. And they fear all these people, these upper caste, because the child is far away from the village. The mother, the sister, they are still there in the village. So the child will never try to run away. The child will never try to escape. Because this fellow here, the rich farmer here, he has the full community support, the entire village support. If he runs away, if he doesn't pay the money back, revenge will be taken on the family. Which starts with rape and ends with murder. Got the point here? This is how it works. So begging system, this money laundering system, or this bonded labor, they are all one tight network. And unfortunately, why did I blame it on the caste system is that these people accept it. This is my caste. They have the right to treat us like this. Being treated in the most inhumane and the barbaric way. That is, I am from a lower caste and an upper caste Hindu is ill-treating me. I will not protest against it. I will not fight against it. Why? Because my father used to suffer under them. My grandfather used to suffer under them. Suffering is part of our life. It's fine. It's okay. Got the point here? Taking it further forward. So beach mein just data for you. 52,537 megawatts added in the ongoing financial year. That much amount of electricity got added. It is a more than 11% increase over the previous total installed capacity. Previous annual record was 34,054 megawatts. Literally, we can give two areas. Definitely where change, we can see some positive change as far as the current central government is concerned. One is power sector. I have told you earlier also, in power sector, we have managed to bring down the losses. Power distribution companies, whatever are there, their losses have come down. They have started generating profit, which is good news. The second good news is what? Probably by the time you start to give your 2027 attempt, Naxalism as an internal security threat won't exist anymore. Two definite areas where we can, visible changes we can see. Taking it further forward. So now what are the schemes for bonded labor? Central Scheme for Rehabilitation of Bonded Laborers 2016 has been revised in 2022. Economic rehabilitation of rescued bonded laborers, fully funded by central government. That is the important prelims point here. No state matching contribution. Immediate relief up to 30,000 rupees. Graded assistance of 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 3 lakh. Graded assistance means depending upon how they perform. See, one thing is there. Now, some of you will think that's it, just 30,000 rupees they are being given. Too much money when you give. What has been observed is, especially from people from poor socioeconomic background, suddenly when they get too much money, they don't know what to do with it. They will splurge it on all useless things. And in no time, they will lose all that money. That is why graded assistance will be provided depending upon what situation they are in. Implementation delays have been reported, especially for interstate migrants. Now, this is a major issue. Where they could be born in one state, moved with their parents into another state, where the father and mother were working and father or mother died or both died. And from there, they are taken to another state. So now, how many states? Totally 3 states. So where will, when you give them money also, where will they settle? To take that money means you need what? You need at least a hut, at least one address, at least some place to stay. That is not there. Then how will you rehabilitate them? That means they are literally utilizing the other loophole in our Indian system, which is the right to settle, the right to move freely throughout anywhere in any territory of India, throughout the territory of India, and to settle anywhere, which is again part of Article 19. They are misusing it. So literally you take a child, transport it 2-3 states like that. The child also will not know then later, like, where do you belong to? Child also won't remember. Got the logic here? People spend money on gambling. Very true, Arjun. Caste-based hereditary bondage. Traditional servitude in certain villages. Resistance led to identification under Act. Payment in kind such as rice. Tasks included ritual shaving, clearing leftovers, carrying ceremonial offerings. What is this? Caste-based servitude is there. That means I am from lower caste. I am planning to go to the market to buy something. Then the upper caste fellow sees me. He comes and says, "Hey, यहाँ पर कचरा है, सारा साफ कर." He calls me to clean the kachara there. Where am I going? I am going to the market. And whose kachara it is? It is his. That waste belongs to him. But he is expecting me to clear it. This is one of the major reasons why we have rural to urban migration. Because urban areas gives what? Caste anonymity. Who cares about your caste in a city? Who cares? Got the logic here? One of the major reasons why people run away. So shaving, clearing leftover, carrying ceremonial offerings, whatever, puja part, whatever things you are supposed to carry, you will carry it and you will stand a step back. Bhaiya ji. And what will you get in return? You won't even get payment. You will probably get what? Some chawal, maybe 1 cup chai, sometimes nothing. You'll get one slap and one this thing. अरे चल बाद में देख लेंगे टपा टपा टपा. This is the reality. Got the point here? So when some people start making in the videos, this country is going to the dogs. We are not questioning the government. We are not questioning that. Arey, keep quiet, man. People are not even ready to, judge a man or a woman on the basis of their intellect or their karma. Judgment is immediately based on their caste and religion. That is how the Indians are. We are only having the government that we deserve. As simple as that. We have elected people what we deserve. Our auqad is only this much. Got the point here? Bonded laborers in Odisha, socio-economic census. 8,304 bonded laborers rescued and released in Odisha, and they are mostly tribals. I told you. 1.65 legally released bonded laborers in India. This is, mind you, only official data. Unofficial data, if I start picking up. Why is government not taking any action? Why is government not stopping it? Correct? It does not require Einstein level logic or rocket science for this. Visit any construction site in any city. Any construction site in any city, you are bound to find bonded laborers there. Take it from me. You'll find children also working there. Chote children, very small toddlers not knowing what it is. Very, with great difficulty, they are holding on to that cement or whatever. You'll find it. Why is government not doing it? To strictly take action, then construction cost will go up. Because for these bonded laborers belonging to ST community, you don't have to pay much. You really call the proper people for it and start paying them as per the latest labor laws, etc. Construction cost will go up, real estate cost will go up. Real estate cost goes up, demand will come down. Government will end up collecting less taxes, less GST, less income tax. Saw the whole thing, how it is tied up. 10 lakh corpus fund for released laborers. 50% of Odisha districts don't have such a fund. They don't have access to it. Krishna Kumar Podar. Oh, okay. Offline class, inside. Oh, Guwahati. Glad to meet you, Krishna. Before 2016, central and state governments provided 10,000 each as assistance to a rescued bonded laborer. Now it is not there. Coppola Emmanuel. I'll put it up in my Telegram group. There I will post it. Okay. Now comes Forest Rights Act. Now what is this act about? See, this is just a tip of an iceberg. Means this topic will come back again. Odisha dissolved 50 subdivisional Forest Rights Act cells under Dharti Aba Janjatiya Gram Utkarsh Abhiyan. The Mo Jungle Jami Yojana has been discontinued. Now what is this about? Forest cells were basically created. Forest cells are created to give rights, land rights, ownership rights to the tribal people. But then Odisha government started dissolving more than 50 of the subdivisional forest rights under this new scheme, Dharti Aba Janjatiya Gram Utkarsh Abhiyan, where central government is also like, hey, what are you people doing? They have initiated an inquiry. Basically, Odisha government is telling that, see, under this new scheme, we will ensure that tribal people will get their title rights. But center is not convinced entirely. So therefore, the Union Ministry of Tribal Welfare has initiated an inquiry. All right. I am not a UPSC aspirant. Why are you not celebrating? Work first. Your work is your biggest religion and your biggest God. That's the point. Celebrations and all will be always there. So you saw how I have connected it now. Sindhu, this class is not visible in the PW app. It is supposed to be visible. Maybe it is a technical glitch. I will take it up with them. Anyway, if you are able to see me over here, please follow the class. Both are two different articles actually. Now, if you look at it holistically, scheduled tribes being denied their forest rights, at least that is what we are feeling. And on the other side, not even being paid proper compensation. Bonded laborers. So STs are the maximum people who are subjected to the evil of bonded laborer. STs again are the people who are denied their rightful forest rights. So this article is not over yet. It is still pending. So we will not break our head now. Let it come in full. Let the union ministry conduct their inquiry, everything. Final thing will come. That time we will take it up. It is important to know to wait when it comes to UPSC. Pin to pin, don't read everything. Clear? Yeah. So out of the 39,657 megawatts from renewable energy, that majority is from solar power. 4613 is from wind power. Vibrant Village Program 2023 phase in started in 2023. Phase 2 2025. Development and livelihood enhancement in border villages. Mind you, Vibrant Village Program is especially targeting border area. Approved by the Union Cabinet April 25. Phase 2 covers 1954 villages across 15 states and 2 union territories. Launched February 20 at Nathanpur village, Kachar district, Assam. Aims at economic integration, social cohesion and national integration across borders with Pakistan, Nepal, Bangladesh, Bhutan, Myanmar. Developing those areas. I quote and unquote. The former Defense Minister of India under the UPA government, Mr. A.K. Antony. You can go and cross-check and verify it. In the YouTube itself, his video is there. Where earlier policies of the government, I'm not saying UPA alone or maybe BJP before that, we don't know. But what the then defense minister said was that to maintain overall peaceful relationship with our bordering countries, the idea was that don't do any activity in the border areas. Leave it as it is. Don't do any activity there. Because when you do an activity only, the other countries will feel irritated. But if I don't do anything, they will feel happy. I don't know what logic it is. Territory, even if 1 inch of land is inside my border, I will develop it however I want, right? Got the point? This is what is happening currently. So if anybody is telling that India has lost all its relationship during UP era, we were all buddy, chummies, etc. We were chums or we were buddies. Why? Because we were not doing anything. Now we are literally investing in border infrastructure, roadway, highway, what is it? The C-30F, Hercules, C-30. We are landing it in Ladakh, etc. And now suddenly everybody is saying what? Oh my God, environment is in danger. Oh no, it's a sensitive region. Environment or national security? National security on any day. Bordering countries, if they come and attack you, you won't even have an environment to protect. Environment protection is useful only as long as the people in that region are safe. Clear? Correct? Correct, Harshita Saini. Even now we don't have proper border fencing between these countries. West Bengal government is still denying Union Home Ministry permission, access to land in the Bengal region. to put a border fencing. She's still denying it. This is the beauty of our country. And we want to overtake China. Freebies case, Supreme Court. Supreme Court came very heavily on the freebies culture that is there in our country. What freebies are you people giving? Court questioned the targeting mechanism, warned of exponential tariff burden, emphasized education as a fundamental right, defined public exchequer, fiscal deficit exceeding revenue, blah, 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 blah. Basically, how are you targeting these freebies? Court has questioned it. On what basis are you targeting it? And when you keep on doing it, when you give freebies to people, let us say, you are giving free electricity. Now in Bangalore also it is there. Free electricity up to 100 or to 200 units or something. If your electricity consumption is only up to 200 units, you don't have to pay electricity. Electricity charges you don't have to pay. Who will end up paying? For some people, if I want to give something for free, I should charge it from the people who are already paying. So that will lead to what? Higher electricity charges. Got the point? People will be left with no money to spend. This is the reality of our country. That is where the middle class is suffering. Middle class is suffering not because of what Mr. Raghav Chadda told alone, that we are spending a lot. No, the stupid freebie culture, which is not, again, now when I say stupid freebie culture, understand, if you are giving freebie, let us say to somebody, socio-economically poor, they have, let us say, a ration card, or they are from Antyodaya, or scheduled tribe, rehabilitation package. I have no issues. But the free electricity scheme in Karnataka, how it is? Free for all. Up to 200 units or 100 units, whatever limit they have said, only up to that if you are using, it's free. Whether you are rich, whether you are poor, what is your background, are you paying income tax? Nothing they are checking. Nothing, not a thing. In Maharashtra and in other states, they have basically started checking the background of the beneficiaries. And as they started checking it like that, one Ladli scheme or some scheme was announced in Maharashtra again for women. As they started checking the criteria and they cross-checked it with the beneficiaries, many beneficiaries got removed from the list. The Hindu again ran a Dardbari article. Such people are getting rejected otherwise. Let them get rejected. Who is not eligible should not get it. As simple as that. The law is very clear. In a case studies also, in your GS paper 4, you will get such things. She is a poor lady, but she has a property in a city. But her husband has died. She has a property in her own name. She is survived by one son. Son is working somewhere. Now she wants the government some scheme she needs. So she is from a lower socioeconomic background because the only income that she is getting is from her son. But she is getting it. But as per the criteria, you are the collector there. The case has come to you. You are the collector there. When you look at the whole thing, the scheme is for widows. Agreed. But when you look at it, you took her transaction, you took her account details, etc. Every month the son is sending money. And she is literally living in a city. The property alone, if she sells it, it is worth crores together. Now she is standing there, she is crying in front of you. Law is very, very clear. If they have a property in an urban area of this much of square feet, above this much of square feet, then they are not eligible. So what will you do? You are not going to make them eligible. Instead, what you can do is what? You can probably contact an NGO. Or you can probably contact the son and ask, okay, how is your mother staying here? What about her, this thing? Who is checking on her? That, and the son will also say, one neighbor is there. The neighbor keeps on checking on her morning, afternoon, evening. Then you are like, then why she wants to be part of the scheme? Because government is giving it. Indian mentality is that if acid is given for free, we will put a queue there also. Acid, come, free. We will go and take it. That is the basic Indian mentality. Got the logic here? So the freebie culture's biggest problem is targeting mechanism. Who has said the Supreme Court? C-130 fighter. Correct. Thank you very much, Harshita. Grahajodi. Exactly. Veranda AS. Arun Kumar. Oh, all my old students. அடுத்தது It is not they took the money away, R. Shrivas. No, it is not taking away. It is basically that they have started putting a check. Because let me tell you, it is a huge cost on the exchequer. And quote unquote Deputy Chief Minister of Karnataka, E.K. Shivakumar, he basically told in the first year, after when the government came into power, to all his MLAs, he told, don't ask for any funds. All the funds are over. Why? They have given it through the freebies. They allocated the funds that year for no developmental work fund is there. So for all this freebies, the real cost that is happening is, forget the money part. The real cost that is happening is what? The real casualty. It is capital expenditure. Capital expenditure means investments that are supposed to happen on infrastructure, social, that is schools, hospitals, economic, roadway, highway, etc. This is the reason. This new start, okay. New start. What is this start actually? New Strategic Arms Reduction Treaty. It was a bilateral nuclear arms control agreement between US and Russian Federation limiting strategic offensive nuclear weapons. Entered into force on February 2011. Treaty officially expired, ending last bilateral constraint on their nuclear arsenals on 5th February 2026. This has not been updated. Correct, Bhavana? That is the way you are supposed to provide it. Got the point? Limit of 1,550 deployed strategic nuclear warheads for each side. Means what? This is the limit that has been set up. Both the sides should only have 1,550 nuclear warheads to be reached within 7 years of entry into force and maintained thereafter. Verification, 18 on-site inspections annually and regular data exchanges, bilateral commission for implementation issues. Russia argued US missile defense could weaken mutually assured destruction doctrine. The missile defense system. So the law also has been made in such a way that many of the conventional missiles, etc., that is out there, that will not come under this treaty. Getting the point. So that does not come. It specifically only targets what? Nuclear warheads. Conventional warheads on ballistic missiles counted under nuclear. Under treaty limits. This is one US concern. Ballistic missiles are what? Ballistic missiles are basically those missiles. That is, for example, if I want to destroy Islamabad completely, I will send a ballistic missile. Ballistic missile is not needed. Even our BrahMos is enough. But still, let us say I want to destroy it completely, including the swimming pool used by the comedian Shahbaz Sharif. Okay. I will use Agni for the purpose, Agni missile. So if I launch that missile, it will generally follow a parabolic path. As far as a ballistic missile is concerned, it is not at all important about the target. It should fall somewhere in Islamabad. Whether it falls on Shahbaz Sharif's head or on that armed forces, Air Force chief's head, doesn't matter. Anywhere it falls, enough. Total destruction is guaranteed. Because this thing will generally carry what? Generally it will carry nuclear material or equally lethal, explosive material. It falls here, boom, entire city is destroyed. End of the story. This is almost like a fielder who is standing near the boundary line and throws a ball to the keeper. They will never throw like this. From the boundary line, when you are throwing it, you won't throw it. You throw it high because you want the distance to be covered. That is why you will go for what? A parabolic path. But if I want something specific to be destroyed, a particular target to be destroyed, or I just want to test whether Pakistani radars can detect BrahMos missile or not? Because Philippines wants to buy it from us. And they are asking whether BrahMos will be detected in their Chinese radars. Well, the best thing to do will be what? Try. Accidentally, by mistake, we fired BrahMos missile into an empty plot inside Pakistan, where there was no military base, no human beings, not even an animal. This is basically what you call a cruise missile. A cruise missile generally travels very close to ground, and therefore it is very difficult to detect it in a radar. On top of it, BrahMos is a supersonic cruise missile which travels at the speed of 330 meter per second. That is more than 330 meter per second. They went and landed it there. Shahbaz Sharif, as usual, we were tracking the missile very, very carefully. A cruise missile, you have to put coordinates inside it. You have to clearly mark the latitude and the longitude. Clearly you mark it, only then you set it off, it will go and fall over here. Without that, it will never go. You have to put coordinates inside it. And it was test fired, it went and landed there, nothing happened. No international reaction, nothing. So much so that people have forgotten about it very conveniently. Clear? क्या मतलब हर बार टारगेट पाकिस्तान ही बनेगा? I love that country that much. That is the reason. बहुत प्यार करता हूँ पाकिस्तान से. Again, Russian systems included Sarmat intercontinental ballistic missile. All right. People with Einstein's brains or Sherlock Holmes' brains inside exam and they say, Sarmat, no way, Russia will keep a name like that. This sounds like Pakistani or Iranian. If you are very sure only, take a calculated risk in your prelims. Otherwise, don't try to use your Sherlock Holmes brains there. Sarmat, the other one is avant-garde hypersonic glide vehicle, counted after objections. This has been included in the, was included in the START system. Systems outside the definition, Poseidon, nuclear-powered underwater drone, Burevestnik, nuclear-powered cruise missile outside the treaty scope. Originally, it was set to expire in 2021. One-time 5-year extension was agreed till 2026. That's it. The other of it, just you can read it. Clear? China out of league. Agni IRBM. Are you talking about ICBM? India's gross expenditure on research and development, it is just 0.642 to 0.7% of the GDP. This is our R&D. OCAD. Got the point? We must know what is our standard. Before we say we will overtake China, we will overtake Japan, we will become this, we will become that. Even if we tomorrow overtake China and all in terms of economy, technology wise, whether we will be able to do it or not will be $1 million question to answer. Got the point? Because 20 years later, whether that will happen or not, we don't know. But one thing that is guaranteed is what? Caste, religion, we will fight. We will murder our children on the basis of intercaste marriage. We will kill ourselves, kill our neighbor, or rape our neighbor in the name of religion. That thing will continue. That is guaranteed. Clear? Constitutional law, courts, free speech, and governance. Before that, very recently, again, judiciary removed a chapter from an entire chapter from an NCRT textbook, telling what? Telling that, this is, oh my God, judiciary, you dare question the judiciary. This is one this is one that. Something they said. This is a data now. Complaints against judges as received by the Chief Justice of India. Number of complaints 729, 682, 717, 1037, 518, 686, 1012, 977, 1170, 1102. These are cases where sexual harassment is involved. Corruption cases are also involved. This data is there. What about action? Nil. Not even on a single complaint there is an action. But judiciary is pure. It is absolutely pure. Maybe as pure as Ganga. That is what it is. Article 21, clean environment case. So I told you this Article 21, you need to keep a lookout for it because this constantly keeps on evolving. So in Article 21 case, once again, Supreme Court reiterated that clean environment, right to life and liberty, under that again, right to a clean environment is a basic human right. Supreme Court reiterated it. Previous update that had happened on this was that the right to menstrual leave. That was the just before this edition that had come. So Article 21, what and all important judicial rulings have happened which had widened the scope of it, that you will have to by heart. Yeah, you have to, because that was a mains question. Earlier, they used to ask factual questions in prelims, analytical questions in mains. Now they are doing the ulta. Factual is coming even in mains. Analytical questions are coming even in prelims. UPSC has just kept everything open now. Every option open. Clear? And yeah, Chief Minister M.K. Stalin announces rupees 5,000 for 1.31 crore women family heads in Tamil Nadu under Kalaitnar Magalir Urimai Tittam. You need not actually, by heart the system. विश्वास दिन पे क्यों नहीं गए? काम है मेरी माँ. You need not remember it. But what is the beauty here? 1.31 crore into 5,000. It got credited into 5,000 rupees got credited. It is not that they announced. They credited it. Let me make that small change here. Head of election. And with the current time, like right now for Mr. Vijay, things are not looking good, even at personal front. Mr. Vijay, the Tamil actor who is the main challenger to the current government, things are not at all looking good. His wife has also apparently filed a divorce petition against him in a family court, owing to his alleged affair. And they have already announced this 5,000 rupees. And they also made a promise that once they come into power, this 5,000 is like 1,000 rupees now, 1,000 rupees for February month, another 1,000 rupees for March month, then 2,000 rupees as a summer bonus or concession or something. So why is it that February month and March month they are giving it in advance? Same thing what happened in Bihar election. Now when an election commission of India conducts press conference, from that spot onwards, model code of conduct will kick in. MCC, model code of conduct. Before they do this press conference, if you announce any scheme, you give anything that you want, nobody is going to question you. Nobody will question you. This is what in Bihar, BJP and JDU together they did. Summer package, correct. Before the elections, before Election Commission of India held this press conference. They announced it, they distributed it, which literally changed the whole tide of the election. Same thing Tamil Nadu is doing now. What will Election Commission of India do? You cannot challenge it. Because if you do that now, ECI does that now, automatically they will ask, hello, when BJP and JDU did, oh ho, when I did it, hey, that is not going to work out. Got the point here? Every state, literally, let me tell you, this is what they should all do. Whatever the center is doing, they should do the same thing. For example, now we also know one more thing. One more controversial thing is the PM Care Fund, which has been said that PM Care Fund will not come under what? It will not come. It is not under CAG. They need not reveal it. It is not a government authority, etc. Then why PM? For what purpose are you using it? No idea. Well, then every state should follow the same thing then. They should also start what a CM Care Fund. Let everybody loot us. State levels or state also starts playing the same games what others are playing. Automatically what will happen? Done. No, Srishti, our debt will not increase. Trust me. What is really happening is what money is meant for capital expenditure, infrastructure, that gets diverted for all these purposes. Clear? Spectrum judgment by Supreme Court. What is a spectrum judgment by Supreme Court? Supreme Court basically said that spectrum is there, right? Now, spectrum is basically nothing but a range of frequency. For what? Telecom services. 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G, YG, all that. So, for these telecom services, frequency ranges are there. A frequency range for which government earlier used to give it on a first come, first serve. That is, if Chaitanya is the owner of a telecom service company, let us say Airtel, I am the owner of Jio. We both came out from our respective Benz or Audi, and I saw Chaitanya saw me. We are outside the telecom ministry's office. I took my tie, rolled it, bit it, kept it in my tongue. She also tightened her dupatta and she is like, she also folded her sleeve. Now we start running. So finally, just as I was about to reach the office, Chaitanya gave me one dhakka, one kick, and she entered the office first. Automatically, the telecom ministry will sell the spectrum or give the license for the spectrum to Chaitanya. I know it sounds a little stupid and borderline hilarious, but this is unfortunately how the earlier system used to work under the UPA government. Supreme Court later in the famous Colgate case. Colgate means not Colgate toothbrush, Colgate. Coal allocation. Coal field allocation. Basically made a ruling that any resource of government of India means it's not government's resource. It is people's resource. That if you are giving it to a private player, temporarily, permanently, whichever way, you are supposed to give it only by competitive bidding. Means whoever charges the highest price. Oh, sorry, Chaitanya, forgot. I keep forgetting that. Sorry. Mohan. I'll call you Mohan henceforth. Devame. That was covered last week. Abhadu. Competitive bidding. Whoever pays the highest price, only they will get the license. In a way, this is a good thing. Why? Because government will get money. For government, it is a good thing. But who is the loser here? users. Because be it Jio, be it Airtel, once they have paid such a high price for the license alone, because competitive bidding, right? Whoever bids the highest will get it. Automatically, they would have paid a huge price for whatever license is out there. So to compensate for their money, what will they do? They will charge it from the users. So Raghav Chadha made a very interesting comment in the parliament telling that a person is, you are charging a person for, what is it? You're basically telling he cannot make outgoing calls because, he has not recharged it. That we can understand. But not even able to receive incoming calls means this is broad daylight chori. Daylight robbery. That is what he has told. But look at the other side. Jio or Airtel, they are struggling to actually mint money. They are actually struggling with their things because they are not able to. You try to expand your business also. For that also you need money to play around with, which they don't have. Got the point? Taking it further forward. So yeah. So competitive bidding, users are the losers because they end up paying high. So what has now Supreme Court told? Supreme Court basically said that even after competitive bidding, whatever license you have received, you cannot sell it. You cannot liquidate it. It is only a license. It is only given to you temporarily. You cannot sell it to somebody else. You cannot, keep it, pledge it also. You cannot even give it to the banks also. Nothing you can do with it. It is not yours to give it away. It is not yours to sell it. We have only given you a temporary permission to utilize these frequencies. That's it. Supreme Court made it very clear. 52,000 crore siphoned off between April 2021 to November 2025. Absolute robbery or dacoity. That is what Supreme Court called it. What is this 52,000 crore? What is this? This is the amount of money that has been lost through online fraud. So basically, Supreme Court basically asked suspicious transactions definitions should be expanded. The particular case goes with regard to a retired couple or an individual government employee where his monthly transaction is not more than 10,000. And suddenly one day 52 lakhs he took out from his FD and transferred it to some account. Point is, what Supreme Court is asking is why the banks never got alerted. Clear? And again, from there, it gets transferred to multiple accounts. This multiple account, again, it is called mule account. So, let us say, from that government employee's account, amount gets transferred to that fraud's account. As soon as it gets transferred here, the amount gets split into at least 5 accounts. From there again, each account again splits into 5 or 10, whatever. And it keeps getting splitting. These accounts will be all made using fake data, fake Aadhaar, fake everything. And these are nothing but your mule accounts. Accounts that are generally used. Mule means like a version of donkey. Carrier you call it. So these are nothing but carrier accounts which are meant to transfer this money. And finally, in some different parts of India, they will withdraw the money again. End of the story. This is how this whole system is working. It clearly shows what the necessity for Aadhaar verification, PAN verification, mobile verification. All the 3. And the moment suddenly bulk amount comes to any major account, by default, it should be halted. That money should be halted then and there until and unless, a question. That is the bank manager or the relationship manager confirms why this money came to your account. Who transferred it? If that person is not able to answer these two questions properly, then it should be alerted to the authorities. Simple systems these are. But unfortunately, again, neither the banking system nor the RBI has been able to solve this problem. As a result of which, what happened? Who stepped in? Supreme Court stepped in, asking RBI, etc., to make the system even more better than this. Siphon means chori. Prayas. Racial slur petition. So already an ongoing UGC guideline that is there in the consideration of the Supreme Court. Along with that, another petition has been filed in the Supreme Court, which is basically that racial slurs are there. That is, generally people from Northeast, they are insulted using a certain name. For example, people from South, they generally call them only one word, Malbari, Malbari, Malbari. Or Madras, Madrasi. These are the two things. When I had visited Golden Temple of Amritsar, one very old Sardarji was there. So when he asked me, where are you from? I told him Kerala. He was like, Madrasi. I was like, no, Madras is in Chennai. Madras, there is no Madras, it is Chennai. Madras was in Tamil Nadu. So Tamil Nadu is here, Kerala is here. I showed it to him literally. Still, he was not able to understand. He has never heard of this. I mean, can't blame him. Literally very old guy. Very old, very old. Again, he asked, Madrasi. Second time, I was like, what is the whole point? Let us not fight. I was like, yeah, Madrasi. For you, Madrasi, leave. In a way, we can call it is a racial insult. Alright, in a way, you can call it a racial insult. Now, this is borderline, you can call harmful or harmless. Depends upon how you want to see it. If you are a touch me not, you will definitely feel, oh, you call me Madrasi, you can take insult in it. Otherwise, are yaar, leave. I mean, there is this famous quote again. You cannot undo a person's lack of education with one sentence or even after taking 1 hour. Getting the point. We can talk about constitution, we can talk about rule of law only to the people who know about it. The person opposite to you has no clue about all these things, then there is no point in trying to enlighten them. It is better to say, okay, whatever you say. Got the point here. So, leave it. But other racial slurs are there, which are borderline insulting. Especially in this regard is the northeastern citizens of our country are always insulted. In fact, there are many idiots in this country who still don't know which are the 7 sister states of Northeast. They have no idea. Straight away they are asked Chinese. Straight away they are asked, are you Korean? They don't even ask them. See, you can ask them from which state of the country you are from. And if they say, no, I'm from Nepal. Oh, Nepal you are. Okay, how do you like India? Finished. But even before asking them, the racial discrimination is made. And that is one of the major reasons why northeastern people generally, if you see, they would prefer to be there in their region only. They don't want to mingle with the rest of India. So the petition that has gone up in Supreme Court is racial slur also should be brought under the definition of what? Insult on caste or insult on a person. Supreme Court is considering it. We will have to wait once this whole thing gets over. So what the court has observed is, court cautioned against social polarization, hate crime defined as bias motivated offense. Parliamentary replies acknowledged violence against northeastern persons. One of the most bravest people. That is the reality. Oof. Exactly. All right. Now comes the next part. Why? Now some students have always been asking me, sir, what is wrong if I get my answer paper evaluated from ChatGPT? All right. What is wrong? Well, generative AI citing non-existent cases, a cause of worry, Supreme Court. That is, these young advocates who are coming to the court, again, probably from your generation only, Gen Z. They went and quoted two cases. Mohan Kumar versus State of something something. Rathod versus Nair 2015. They quoted these cases and they gave their side of the argument. Supreme Court started scratching its head. Which are these cases? Because I will tell you, I don't know how many of you are aware. Advocates do have a particular app is there. Not app, I think it's a website. They have a website where all the important judgments are there. So if you have the case number or if you have the case detail, at least who versus who it is, you type it over there, you will get the details immediately. Supreme Court typed and they were like, we cannot find this case anywhere. They asked that advocate, from where did you get it? ChatGPT. ChatGPT is so creative to the point where ChatGPT quoted two cases which doesn't exist. Got the point? It doesn't exist. So, other words, let me tell you, ChatGPT is not foolproof. Whatever data you get from there, please cross-check it. That is the reason I have always told you, whatever you want to find, Google. In Google, put up the data, whatever you want to check. Health data, education data, whatever, and click on news. Here, if you go, there is an option called advanced search. There, if you click in, you can give option of from last 6 months or from last 1 year, and you will get the latest data, whatever it is. Clear? Mercy versus, that is also true. Correct. Clear? Compassion in judicial language. They have basically asked, the Supreme Court judges have asked to set up a committee which will be led by retired Justice Aniruddha Bose. Over what? So some of the High Court judges which have given very interesting statements, say for example, removing the pajama thread is not rape. That is what one High Court judge gave the ruling as. In addition to this, they have this, when they give a judgment also, they tend to use certain local words inside the court, which especially hurts or harms the victim. Locally trying to use, because they ultimately understand judges are from the society, or police officers are from the society, everybody is from the society. The same casteist, communal, sexist, misogynistic males of our country, from there only these people enter the system, who always believe that it is a woman's mistake if she gets raped. It is a woman's mistake. Who told her to go there? Who told her to go do and do this, do that? This is what they always say. So the Supreme Court finally said, let us make a committee with regard to how to be more compassionate towards the victims, especially of POCSO cases. Committee to identify offensive expressions. Use simple language. Simple language means in that final committee suggestion, whatever suggestions are there, it will be in simple language so that every judge in this country will understand what to use and what not to use. Translate the report into regional language. Okay? That's what it is. 550 men are on death row as of December 31st, 2025. 24 women on death row as of December 31st, 2025. There has been a 43.5% increase in death row population since 2016. 45% sentence for murder, 37% sentence for murder involving sexual offenses. High sessions courts generally, when the case is very, very severe, they will send the people for death sentence. Very recently, a married couple had been sent to death sentence because they sexually abused a lot of children. But after, okay, sessions court, if I write it SC, will confuse. Sessions. The next in line is High Court. From High Court, even if it gets approved, from Supreme Court, there is a high chance that it will never get approved. It will never get approved. Supreme Court will basically say what? It does not fall under the rarest of the rarest crime. Even that is what is going to happen with this couple who have been arrested and now sentenced to death by the Sessions Court. Husband and wife sexually abused a lot of children. Supreme Court will say that is also not rarest of rare. Isme kaun si nayi baat hai? That is, I don't understand. I have no idea what is their criteria of rarest of rare. Even if we provide it data, then also in compilation it misplaces it. Are yaar, why are you people worried about one Vishwas Divas, man? I am working. That is the point. This is YouTube. There are so many people who are giving their prelims. I cannot say Vishwas Divas and go for that event, breaking the Vishwas of so many students who are dependent on this. Public health, food regulation, tobacco, slave science, and accident insurance. Any doubts here, people? Any questions? Ishvara. Don't make notes from the Hindu. Just read it. That's enough. And read monthly current affair compilation. Absolutely. Front of package labeling. This is the other thing. Front of package labeling, which is again, it is an ongoing discussion. Food Safety and Standards Authority of India, where they want the people to, Food Safety and Standards Authority of India to make amendments to the Food Safety and Standards Labeling and Display Regulation 2020. What changes? That whatever nutrition related information is there should be displayed in the front. How much sugar, how much salt, etc. From my personal experience, I've told this a countless number of times. And again, people are like, people will feel he is always keeping on discussing the same topic because this topic is going on coming. That is the only reason. So from my personal experience, let me tell you, sugar is not a major villain. Real villain is these are the real villains. Anything what you will open and instantly consume. You're not cooking it, you're opening it and instantly consuming it. That is the real villain. I can see countless number of doctors who will basically say, before going to the gym, you should consult a doctor. You will never hear a doctor saying that before you start eating all of this, please consult a doctor. They will never say anything against this. Got the point? So, this is the real villain here. And another information again, people will generally say, like even I have heard of this a lot of times when we had started initially working out, etc. That egg, if you consume too much of egg, there will be cholesterol. Cholesterol will increase. But there is no scientific or a medical evidence corroborating this. Some are telling it will damage your kidney. Well, if you are drinking 2 to 3 liters of water, it shouldn't be of trouble again. Then some people are even telling that there are certain fruits to avoid to protect your kidney. I am like, okay, fruits are dangerous, egg is dangerous, but none of the doctors will ever talk about any of this. Because these are the components or these are the food items that actually easily contributes to what? Non-communicable diseases. Diabetes, hypertension, cholesterol, etc., etc., etc. Especially if you're consuming all this, you will first notice the change in your skin. Your skin won't be looking very glowy and all. It will start fading. It will lose its natural color. You will easily develop rashes in your skin. The next thing will be obviously your fart. Forget nuclear bomb, your fart is enough to kill probably an entire people on a floor. With these two are the best indicators. Your fart is smelling very badly, or if the color of your urine is yellow, that means your kidneys are going kaput. And you get that very bloated feeling. Especially after you consume these ingredients, you're done. Basically, it's your internal system getting damaged. That's the bottom line. Clear? Absolutely, Dharani. Now, the other thing. Just a minute, people. Correct. Now, petrol price has only reduced hardly from April 22 to May 22. This is the maximum reduction what we can see. 96, it has become 94 also. 1.9% decline in petrol prices since June 2022. If you look at the international prices, how much it has declined is, the international prices have declined by 41.5%. International prices have dropped by 41.5%. Domestic prices hardly 2%. Can you give me two reasons for it? Disha, I will answer those questions at the end of the class from 9:30 onwards. Please bear with me. EV and tax. Very good. One is to promote electric vehicle, because currently the price is somewhere around $60. If I keep the price of petrol at 60 rupees, let us say, hypothetical scenario, if I keep it at 60 rupees, that's it. EV sales will go down. Number two, government is easily getting some anywhere between 40 to 50 rupees. Government is getting in terms of what? In terms of tax, which is the main revenue for center and state. Clear? Knowing that it is a bakwas class, you are attending it. So you are the biggest dash and dash then. Wonderful. Total installed capacity. In that, so this is our energy breakup. 50.5% comes from renewable energy. Then comes from fossil fuel. Under renewable energy, the maximum is under solar. Nuclear share is around 1.6%. Clear, people? Surplus oil supply. Surplus oil supply, that is true, Srishti. I'm not denying it. But along with that, there is low demand. World over, if you see world economy is not really doing great. So the oil demand itself is very low. That is the reason why prices have crashed. Absolutely, petrol have tax. Clear? Yeah, taking it further forward. So let us look at the burden here, disease burden, and why this is such a thriving market. 101 million people have diabetes. 101 million. When you get such numbers, right, what you need to do is convert it immediately into crore. More than 10 crore have diabetes. 13.6 crore pre-diabetic. 35.5% of the population have blood pressure, high blood pressure. We don't have storage facility, then how solar 50? Brother, renewable energy. Understand? Under the definition of renewable energy, it is not just solar. You have renewable energy means you have solar, you have wind, and even tidal power coming under it. Got the point here? Taking it further forward. Abdominal obesity, 39.5%. Very broad waist. Some people naturally have a broad waist. That is different. But some people will be having a pear shape. When girls have a pear shape, they will look very pretty and very beautiful. But when guys have a pear shape, it is a clear indicator that you are about to lose your hair in a few years. You are about to become highly unhealthy. You may probably even get hospitalized in another 5 or 10 years. Number 3, it is a clear sign that you may even have issues related to fathering a child. That is in the sense that impotency. These are the 3 things. So if you, the moment you start having fat deposit around your belly area, where you are all gulu 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 gulu, those are warning signs. And generally this, for men it generally comes, I will tell you. For women it comes, see, women they have a broad waist or they have fat deposition around the belly area. Why? You know, to hold the baby. That is why they have fat deposition there, to protect the uterus, to protect the ovaries, which is a good thing. Men generally get this because they take alcohol. Alcohol actually promotes progesterone and some amount of estrogen production in men's body. You can go and check it out. When you consume beer especially, it will lead to what? Deposition of, it will start generating progesterone and estrogen. That is why sometimes when people take beer, for some men at least, they'll start becoming a little fair and they will have this broad waist. 2 symbols of what? Femininity. That is because of alcohol. Getting the point here. And yes, followed by that, you will also start having hair loss. Clear? Cushion to uterus, correct? Kerala people are called Malluna. No. Kerala people are called Malayalis, Punjabis, Biharis, Tamilians, Kannadigas, not Mallu. 24% with high cholesterol. Alright. Bro, then men become women. No, men won't become women, but men will basically, lose all. See, only in the movies it is always shown that the men who are alcoholic and who smoke cigarette, etc., they are the mard, etc. Trust me, your muscle density, your stamina, both the things will get ruined when you are taking alcohol and when you are smoking. Only in movies they show you that. Actually, it is very easy to know whether a person is a chain smoker or not. All you have to do is make that person run, give 2 pat on their chest, do dhakka, tap, tap on the back. Give 2 slaps on their back. It will immediately release the carbon particles that are settled in their bronchioles. That will start coming out. They'll start coughing. That is the reality. So only in movies it is there. In reality, anybody who smokes, anybody who drinks, they won't have stamina for anything. Trust me. Cell guides. Correct? Sir, India sells petrol to many countries and the cost of petrol is also low for 1 liter as compared to India. Why? Because taxes in India are decided by Indian government. Taxes in those countries are decided by the respective countries there. We take crude oil, we refine it, we make it petrol and diesel. We sell it here at a bomb. Same petrol and diesel, when we sell it outside, it is that country's decision how much they want to sell it for. Tobacco use in India. Nicotine binds receptors activating dopaminergic reward system. Menthol prolongs nicotine presence. Means basically people will say, oh, I'm having tension, and they will do that. Why? Because it releases dopamine. Dopamine is your happy hormone. Now, normally this is released, let us say you started reading a book. You finished that book. You feel momentarily, that was a nice book. I finished it. That feeling of goodness that you get, that is dopamine release. You kept a target to study today. You covered it. You get a relief. Yes. You thought today 100 push-ups I'm going to do. You hit 100. You couldn't do it, but eventually you made it to 100. You get a kick. You feel happy. That is dopamine. But in all these activities, so dopamine is ideally supposed to work like this. You pursue something, at the end of it only you're supposed to get the reward. That is how it is. But the current generation or the older generation also, I mean, any generation you talk about, there are people who try to look for what? Instant gratification. That instant gratification is achieved through cigarettes and alcohol. Cigarette, especially what it does is it goes and binds with the dopamine system. The nicotine there. Plus menthol will further trigger it. This menthol is a component that is present in your e-cigarettes, which again some idiots will say that e-cigarette is not harmful for health. It is, to be really honest, this is far more dangerous than the normal cigarette. Because in this they have a cocktail of chemicals. If you really see the breakup of the chemicals that is there, one of my friend again, she basically said that she tried electronic cigarette and now she's got addicted to it. She's unable to let it go. And this she decided to start, you know when? At her 32nd year. All these years she has managed to stay away from cigarettes. At the 32nd year of her life, she decided she wants to try cigarette. I took a breakdown of all the chemicals present in it, and I told one of the chemical that is there in e-cigarette, it is actually used to preserve dead bodies in the mortuary. That is how harmful it is. This is the list of chemicals that we officially know. Unofficially, what and all is added to it, because obviously that is the purpose of it, to get you addicted. Same thing. Vape, electronic cigarette, all are one and the same. Chocolate flavor, vanilla flavor, butterscotch flavor, some stupid flavors are out there. You really think these are all flavors? These are just nothing but chemicals. Correct? Formaldehyde. India is the second largest tobacco producer and consumer. Okay, just another data again. India recorded more than 1,300 mother tongues and 121 constitutionally recognized languages. February 21 is observed as International Mother Language Day. This is the amount of revenue that is generated. All right. Correct. Any kind of smoking? Correct. 1.35 million deaths annually. 13.3% men smoke cigarettes, 7.8% men smoke BDs. Ladies, it is pretty much easy to identify whether a man is smoking or not. Just go and look at the lips. If the lips is having a tentative pout, because always putting the cigarette in the mouth, they will always have this sort of a shape. Observe. Sometimes it's difficult, because even if you look at my lips now, it looks as if, it's a little bit fat, thick, and it will also look as if I am smoking. I never ever smoked, taken even a single puff in my life. That is one indicator. This natural pout. You will feel jealous of how naturally pouting their lips are. Second indicator is it will be very, very dark. A brownish black color it will have. If that is there, it's a clear indicator that bhago, run in the opposite direction. Got the point? 0.1% of women smoke. That too BD smoking. Correct? Both are harmful. 2.8 times asthma risk, 1.82 times asthma risks from cigarette smoking. Clear? Again, why are you not there in Vishwas Divas? They didn't call me. That is why. Happy. Yenda devame. Even the lower lip looks little bit dark. Whose lower lip? My lower lip. Even people who... No. Not true. Not at all true. Then half the people in Kerala should be having it. Not half the people, entire people in Kerala. Okay, see, rare condition, please don't tell. Sir, I have pigment lips, but I have never smoked. Don't tell me that. I am talking about on a normal basis. Yeah, correct. Clear. Now coming to sleep deprivation. Again, for most of you. Cyber throne gamer, stay in India. What Europeans are doing or Americans are doing, don't ever compare it with that. Because Europeans or Americans, they naturally have broader blood vessels. Even for that matter, for the Marco movie, almost from the main actor, the lead actor, to all the villains, everybody were sitting and smoking. I'm not talking about what you do over 30 days or 40 days. I'm talking about something where you start doing maybe at the age of 13 or 14 because your stupid friends told you, let us start smoking. Mardangi isn't smoking, and that continues over a period of time. Because generally boys start smoking before they turn 18 and it continues right into their adulthood. So by 27, 28, they will definitely have brownish, black, grayish lips. Now coming to sleep deprivation. Now most of you people, again, night owls or whatever, you don't sleep on time. You keep changing your sleep patterns. Correct? You wake up, you don't maintain a particular time. So I have told you in the last class also, one of the first and foremost thing that all of you need to do is the sleep, wake up cycle, maintain a consistency. This you need to maintain a consistency. You cannot keep shifting it or changing it. Now when you change it, what happens? Or you keep shuffling between. That is, one day you slept at 10 o'clock, another day you slept at 12, another day you slept at 2 a.m., etc. And generally what people think is, they will, and always the reason will be what? Staying online, watching something, videos, movies, OTTs, etc. And sleep by 3 or 4, wake up by 7, barely having 3 to 4 hours of sleep. They think they will compensate for it during the weekends, which is highly unhealthy. Now what happens because of this? Again, increased ghrelin, reduced leptin. What is this increased ghrelin? One thing you all would have noticed is, whenever you try to stay awake, that is not at all following a pattern to your sleep, you're staying awake, it's 12, 1, etc., you will start feeling hungry. That hunger you're feeling, it is because of this gentleman here, hormone called ghrelin, which makes you crave. And that time you will not feel like eating, let me go and eat dal chawal, let me go and eat, maybe something very healthy, let me go and drink adrak ka doodh. No. This late night, whatever hunger you feel, you will only get satiated if you consume some junk food. Chips, biscuit, chocolate, ice cream, juice, Pepsi, Cola, Fanta, whatever. Reduced leptin. Reduced leptin means what? Now, leptin is a hormone. It's like a fat hormone, which basically gives you that satisfaction. Okay, enough. Bhar gaya. My stomach is full. That feeling of fullness you get from leptin. Leptin production will go down that time. Because this leptin and ghrelin, ideally their cycle is supposed to is connected with what? The sun. You wake up, ghrelin gets activated. When you're about to go to sleep, leptin gets activated, because when that fullness comes, it's an indicator for the body that it's time to relax, it's time to rest. This is the logic. But when you don't maintain a proper cycle, automatically this will get ruptured, and the next casualty is what? Non-communicable diseases. This is the reason why they generally say anything sweet that you want to eat, before 3 p.m. Before 3 p.m. itself, whatever sweet cravings you have, try to have it before 3 p.m. Dinner you are supposed to have before 6 p.m. So that 2.5 hours is there for the food to digest. So that by 8:30 or by 9:30, you can go off to sleep. I know 6 p.m. in India, it is pretty much difficult, or 5:30 in India to have dinner. It is pretty much difficult. But still, at least by 8:30 or 9 o'clock, before 9 p.m. at least try to have your dinner. And at least by 11, try to go off to sleep. And maintain that routine. Correct, 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 correct. Third party insurance has been mandatory made for vehicles in public places. It was a 2018 Supreme Court ruling. 3-year third party insurance for new cars, 5-year for new two-wheeler vehicles. A case has occurred very recently where a person was driving a car. That car was not insured. He went and hit a guy on a bike. That guy also died. This person who drove the car, he also died. Both of them died. Car is not insured, right? So the person who was on the bike, his family will not get any insurance. Person who was driving the car, he also comes from a poor family. Father and mother never knew this fellow took somebody's car and went and drove and created accident. So the case has gone up to the Supreme Court, and Supreme Court is now pondering like what to do now. It will really open a new venue now to compensate the victims in such cases where insurance is not there and the person is also from a poor family. How to compensate the victims of such accident cases. 45% of vehicles on Indian roads are uninsured. It is the data given by Ministry of Road Transport and Highways. Sleep well only after drinking coffee. Oof. All right, people. AI, biotech, and advanced research. GPU, graphics processing unit. See, this entire article, if you see this particular part here, it is filled with technical data. Don't get shocked or anything by looking at it. Point I will tell you. Now we have literally evolved from CPU to what? GPU. CPU is central processing unit. GPU is graphics processing unit. And this is what is actually helping to generate AI images or videos. And this is, in this regard again, the company NVIDIA has a huge market share. They are almost like, you can say, they almost have a monopoly in this. And in the recent AI summit, we have made a deal with them. All right. So you can just go through it. Data-based again. That is, AI need not be seen as a threat. AI can actually generate more jobs. India is having a third way governance. What is this third way governance? See, European Union is all about what? Regulations. Like how I told you, not allowing social media platforms to, what is it? Putting a benchmark, age benchmark for social media users. US is more about freedom. That is why most of the AI models or AI ChatGPT platforms, generative AI models, they all originate from USA. Conducive environment. China's is all about control. Without the government's official permission, you cannot start anything there. From all this, India's is different. India's is having a third way governance because when it comes to regulations, we don't have that many regulations. Only one regulation you can talk about is DPDP. DPDP is there, Digital Personal Data Protection Act, and the recent amendments to the IT Act. That's it. Other than that, nothing. Conducive environment, definitely yes. That is why we have not brought in any regulations. We are encouraging private players maximum. Recent AI summit is a clear indicator of that. From the side of the government, any control is there. Like I told you, only with regard to IT Act, the 2 to 3 hours time frame to remove a content. Absolutely, Shravan. Chip can be designed by Indian user. No, that is not exactly the news here. This is largely to deal with overall NVIDIA and its related performance. US-Iran war. Let it happen, then we will see. Correct, correct. Oof. Super day, very good. You are proving that you are a kindergarten kid. Keep doing it. Okay, keep doing it. That way you are like basically announcing to the world, give me attention, give me attention. Responsible artificial intelligence in military domain. Summit participation, 35 of 85 signatories. United Nations Convention on Certain Conventional Weapons Group of Governmental Experts. 60 signatories at previous summit. There is no consensus on lethal autonomous weapon system. Lethal autonomous weapon system means what? That means imagine. So basically, along the border area, let us say, as usual, Pakistan being Pakistan, they decide to send again terrorists. Okay, infiltrators. Hypothetical situation, by the way. Okay. Because they are cowards. They know it very well that hand to hand, toe to toe, they will never win against the Indian army. So they will only try to behave like cowards. They try to enter. And we have here loitering drones. Loitering drones means they can simply be there in the air itself, doing nothing. They will be standing there in the air at a height. Okay, missile is there or gun is there, whatever, gun or missile, they have it, it is there with them. Now, it is AI powered. AI powered means what? Like I told you, they can perceive information from the environment, study it, and then take action. So these drones know it for a fact that from Operation Sindoor, what have we learned? When any enemy comes from the border, we have to take them down. So even before the Indian Air Force chief or the Indian military establishment gets to know what has happened, they will take the action. That is These buggers are basically coming, okay, oh, come on, let us go inside. They are thinking, they are not knowing that at a height, drones are standing there very silently because these things won't make that much of noise. Definitely, as the height is at a greater height, if you place them, that noise will not be heard for you until and unless you have the hearing instincts of an Alsatian dog. So these drones then will see the threat, fire at them, threat is eliminated. What is that? That is your lethal autonomous weapon system, completely automatic. Normally, you have to give a command. You don't have to give any command. They will only take action. Maybe it could be this reason, because we are developing all this in our country, that India did not sign the 2024 Blueprint for Action or Pathways to Action Declaration. S400 type still, people are there sitting on it. That is different. S400 is what? Any threat that comes, any aerial threat it is. Understand that. S400 is for aerial threats in any format. It can be missile, it can be drones, it can be aircraft. Coming from as far as 300 or 400 kilometers away. That is the purpose of S400. Based on the level of aerial threat, they will send the counter missile. But for that, you have people sitting also. They will alert you first that these threats are coming in. Incoming threats are there. What action you want me to take? Then you type in the keyword or key command, the missiles will be fired. That is not the case with the drones. They will take automatic action. Yeah, you can. Solar powered, you can keep. Solar powered also you can keep. Otherwise, battery powered are also there. 12 hours, 16 hours battery. Plenty are there. Exactly, small attack, infiltration attack, etc. Because the purpose is, why should we send our soldiers for anything? Got the logic? Why should I send my soldiers? Why should I send my Air Force officers? Why should I send my army? Why should I send my navy? That will be the last mode. Putting my troops on the ground, that will be the last thing that I will do. The first things what I will do is use maximum automated weapons to eliminate the threat. All right. That level system, drones, hacking and all, it is only there in movies. It is not easy. Trust me. It is not at all easy. Copyright and artificial intelligence. So in India again, there is no law as of now to regulate AI from taking or using copyrighted content. What is the only law we have? Current term is basically lifetime plus 70 years. Lifetime plus 70 years means, say, for example, if I wrote a book, so till I am alive, nobody can take any content from that book. Till I am alive, my lifetime. Nobody can take any content from that book without my permission. After I am dead, 70 years, from the time I am dead to 70 years, again, nobody can take content from my book without taking the permission of my family members or whatever. Copyright is protected. After that, it continues. Now anybody can take it. But as of now, the challenge with AI is that AI, when it takes up data, it takes any data that is available, including copyrighted content. We don't have any specific law guide regulating it. Europe has it, USA has it, we don't have it. Why India did not sign 2024 Blueprint Edition? Because we are developing these things. We are developing AI-enabled things. See, look at the whole picture, na. Agniveer scheme itself is for what? Agniveer, why did we bring it? To reduce the manpower. Manpower in the army is going to be reduced. Why? Most of the things will be taken over by AI. And Operation Sindoor made it very clear that more than conventional warfare, it is drones that played a major role in this. That is the reason, drones as well as missiles. That is why we are engaging more and more with France and Israel. Pro-Palestinian organizations and people in our country were always telling, see, India is supporting Israel, blah, 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 blah. Israel is the major reason that most of our missiles are falling in the right places. The drones from France are the reason why Pakistan was decimated in no time. That is the reality. So one more operation, one more this thing means one more attack of that nature means that's it. Pakistan will be literally ruined. And I hope they get ruined. That is also there. See, pension load, it is there. But manpower also, we are planning to reduce it. That is the bottom line. Pension load, it is there. Pension is only one of the reason. Pension load you need to bring down. Agreed. But at the same time, the manpower is also being reduced. We are slowly regulating it, streamlining it. That is the bottom line. Clear? Because Pakistan begged. That is the reason. Prime editing, genome engineering. Prime editing, genome engineering. This article, entire article, I know it is going to be filled with a lot of technical data, but I'll tell you what is the bottom line. See, we know that in a DNA, there are 4 base pairs. Correct? A, T, G, C. This is the code for a DNA molecule. All right. Sometimes what happens is it will not form completely. It will stop at ATG. This is because of certain genes that are present which will restrict the full formation of the DNA. This is called a codon, and where it is not formed fully, it is called nonsense codon. The problem with this nonsense codon is that because it is not formed fully, it is easily responsible for 25% of genetic disorders. They have found it. As a cure for it, they have come out with this prime editing genome engineering, where they will be reprogramming transfer ribonucleic acid. That is the what is generally called as when a new protein has to be made. Blueprint is taken from the DNA by the messenger RNA, then to the tRNA. So here when I reprogram the tRNA, whatever stops formation of that full codon, that is eliminated and it is completed. That codon, from a nonsense codon, it becomes a full codon, so that this is the latest method that they have discovered, and it is less intrusive with very less side effects. Multi-drug resistant pneumonia nitric oxide. So we know that one of the major issues in our country today, health issue in our country today, is drug resistant bacteria. Very rare cases, you call it XDR or double XDR. Extremely drug resistant or very extremely drug resistant. Constantly, when you get exposed to antibiotics, that is what happens. Your body, or rather the bacteria pretty much in your body becomes immune to it. So what they discovered was that for people who are suffering from pneumonia, or especially this multi-drug resistant pneumonia, when they have, you give them nitric oxide. It is found that when they inhale this nitric oxide, it is found that the bacteria generally die. 99% reduction in bacterial count. For 30 minutes they were given 3 times daily for 5 days. Methemoglobin levels rose transiently. Methemoglobin generally forms, that is inside your blood, hemoglobin. Instead of that methemoglobin, slightly it will increase whenever nitric oxide increases. There is no serious adverse effect. Requires monitoring for nitrogen dioxide formation. Standard systems have been capped at 80 ppm. All right. We need not worry. Let them make whatever they want. They have the technology, they have the money. Chirality based electron separation. Now, I have always told you quantum computing, which as a topic we had done on Wednesday. I told you one thing. There's a condition where extreme temperature, that is very low temperature, and very, very low pressure. These two things are required to maintain what? To achieve quantum conditions. All right. Now, what they have achieved is, so I told you electron basically is a fundamental unit. Which has what you call spin. Spin is an inherent property of electron. It is not the spin what we see. That is, it is not rotating or it is not revolving. What you mean by spin here is the magnetic property. That is the name. Spin is nothing but the magnetic property in the quantum world. So there are two sets again. Right-handed spin, left-handed spin. Basically mirror images that they have been able to separate without using any external magnetic field. Normally, to achieve this very low temperature, very low pressure, you need super cooled conditions, which is generally achieved using high magnetic field. Separation of this chirality they have achieved without using an external magnetic field, separating these spins of these electrons. Doing so, what is the advantages? Low power quantum computing and magnetic memory you can generate. That means you don't require that much power now to do quantum, to achieve quantum conditions. They've just achieved it. We will see how application, lab level only, commercial application, etc. That is for future. Each of these firms, India has its own biotechnology policy for economy, environment, and employment. EU has a bioeconomy strategy. United States Development Administration has bio-preferred program. All these are for what? For generating biochemicals and bioenzymes, which you really need in the future for biotechnology related activities as well as for generating chemicals, bioethanol, etc. So that manufacturing, etc., if you generally notice, India imported 479.8 million of acetic acid in 2023. Top enzyme firms control 75% of the market share. That means most of the essential chemicals that we need for our industries, we are importing it. High time we actually focused on manufacturing it from India itself. Please, can you repeat again? Which one, Mehul? Which one? Later CDTV Likhit Hasai. Non-topic related questions at the end of the class. 9:30. Oh, it's already 9:30. Brilliant. Any questions here, people? Oh my god. Okay, this one section I will take it up in the next class. Too many are there. All prelims related only. CCA batch need not worry. Whatever topics were remaining, we had taken it over here. Any topic you feel needs to be elaborated, we will be taking it up on Tuesday. Still low cost of medicine. How? Well, GST is not there for one, and government is directly manufacturing some of these medicines under the generic medicine program. Compulsory licensing. That is, if a medicine is very, very important, critically important to save the life of a person, government will not even wait whether the patent has expired or nothing. It is freshly patented also, government will immediately give the license to any of the local company based in India and they can start manufacturing it. I'm in class 10 and want to be an IAS officer. Can you guide? Raju, please pass your 10th properly, pass your 12th properly. For now, sit and read the newspaper. That's enough. Polity news, business section, international relation. If you are finding time, you may find it difficult to read. So sit and attend this weekly class. Enough. That much you do. Is for daily current affairs, Hindu is the best. It is not that Hindu is the best, but from the current perspective, Hindu is one paper where you can trust it on data. But only one problem is it is highly anti-governmental. They will never print a single article praising the government. Anything that is there which is done good by the government, they will place it somewhere deep inside. That's the only problem with it. So that you will have to keep a check. See, understand, in a week, entire current affairs I won't be able to cover. That is the reality. Because if you look at it, at least 2 hours it takes to read a paper, a day's paper. 2 into 7 is what? 14 hours. I'm not taking for 14 hours. I'm only taking the main content, what is really important. So that is the reason why I'm telling you, CA, you follow my weekly class because you will understand many things, concepts, basics, etc. Then read a monthly current affair compilation. Enough. This is more than enough. You don't have to read the Hindu then. Or anything. Don't read the Hindu, New Indian Express, Yojana, Kurukshetra, whatever, etc. Other things are there. This much you do, enough. Sufficient. Yes, Ishika, you may. Because I have work. That is the reason. I have a class to take. It's YouTube live. I have already made it very clear to the management also. When class is there, important live is there, don't call me for any function. That is the reason. It is easy to go and attend these functions. But the problem is that then you have to compensate for the loss. That is the biggest headache. Everybody loves it, right? Who doesn't like from Bangalore traveling to Noida, attending a function, hotel stay, that stay, food, meeting all the faculties? That's even more great. Meeting everyone. But then the problem is what? The problem is you won't be able to. You will have to take that responsibility of compensating for the missed out class, which is a double, triple headache. Take care, people. How many months current affairs? 1 year's minimum. So you are giving it in 2027. You can start basically from Jan 26 onwards to maybe March 2026. Till that, it is enough. Oops. This much will do. Focus on maths and focus on English section more for SSC CGL. Uh, 91,000, 80,000, that won't be a huge difference. See, 80,000, these are all potential numbers. UPSC will never ask such close numbers. UPSC, when they ask, they will keep a huge difference. Take up CA first. Get into a job first before you start preparing for UPSC. Aditya Singh, see, many people will say 2 to 3 current affairs, 4 to 5 years current affairs, etc. That is not the reality. For example, I will tell you. You can still get a question on National Food Security Mission. You can still get a question on Fasal Bima Yojana. You can still get a question on MGNREGS. Why? What is the reason? Because all these schemes are in news. That is the reason. These schemes are all there in news. So none of these schemes are from last 1 year or 2 years. They are at least easily more than 4 or 5 or even 10 years old. So will you go back till 10 years? No. What is there in that current affair? If you come across this scheme, what will you do? You will do a basic research on it. When was it launched? Under which ministry? What is the sharing between center and states? What is its implementation status? How many people are the beneficiaries? Basic things you will have to do. That's it. Beyond that, it is a wastage of time. Always focus on your static syllabus. Polity, economics, geography, history, ancient, medieval, modern, art and culture, science and tech, environment. This is what you need to focus. Which areas to focus? You go through PYQs of both prelims and mains. From 2013 onwards, you will clearly get to see a pattern, a set of topics which are repeatedly asked. You will definitely see a pattern there. Focus on that. I have been telling this a countless number of times. Nobody will listen to me. Everybody will again go behind current affair. They will not do 1-2 year. They will do 3 year, 4 year. Unfortunately, there are some very intelligent academies that does 3-4 years current affairs crash course. That also paid. Because people will see, even if I put a crash course like that, you will come and join. I'm pretty much sure. Market is that big. That big market it is. That many students are sitting and preparing. 1,000 rupees if I keep. Even if 1% of the market comes and joins. 1,000 into 1,000. What the logic here? Easy money it is. And I will say it is a crash course. I will say 3 to 4 years. You will also think it is 3 to 4 years. But will I really cover 3 to 4? No. I will say only the most important topics. But still you will join. Why? Current affairs, it's important. But that is not your bread and butter. Current affairs, a topic can come from anywhere. It even comes from National Geographic Channel. It even comes from Down to Earth. It comes from Georgiana. It comes from Kurukshetra. It comes from All India Radio. It comes from Press Information Bureau. UPSC can literally ask any source as far as current affairs is concerned. But what is the real area where you need to score? A defined syllabus it is. You know where it starts, where it ends. This is what you need to grab your thing on. And obviously, you're optional. That matters. Optional, again, for the upteenth time, there are no scoring subjects, there are no easy optionals. An optional is only easy or only scoring if the student enjoys studying the subject. Even on your bad day, if you pick up your subject and study, then that optional is a scoring optional. Yeah, that is enough, Anshu. Hindu newspaper taking notes. I have told you not to take notes. It is unnecessary trouble. Attend my class, take a monthly current affair compilation enough. Don't make notes. I'm telling you again and again, making notes from newspaper is a wastage of time. Instead, practice answer writing. That is what you should do. Phenology, you can give UPSC, not at all a problem. But don't take such harsh decisions that I will not give public prosecutors exam or whatever state exams are there. Don't ever think like that. You're a lawyer by profession, so if you have 2-3 years experience, then you can easily go and even give the magistrate exam or something, for which I think the salary is in and around 75 to 80k per month. Car will be there, gunman will be there, and I believe residence is also there. What is wrong with this? You write the exams first. After clearing it, decide whether you want to take it up or not. That is left to you. Because this is a powerful post. Practically talking, this, if you write, you will be in your state. With UPSC's current cadre policy, which state you will get, where you will be, you have no idea, I have no idea, even probably God also doesn't have any idea. Before proposing a girl, don't decide to reject her. What the point? Either the girl should propose you or you should propose her. Then only you can have that option of rejection. Even before knowing either of it, don't decide to reject. So that is why give every exam. You get it, take it up. For all practical purposes, trust me, this is a very good post. Nobody will mess with you or your family. That is a reality. Pagal boy Rudra, please speak Hindi. Oof. What is good BA program or BA honors in geography? I have no idea. Chartered accountancy, right? Go ahead and do it. You'll have a job in your hand. Second plan for UPSC, as in? Aishwarya, wait for your 12th result. If we skip current affairs, will we be able to score good? As far as prelims is concerned, from the last few years trend, current affairs is not that important. But current affairs, another thing is, current affairs helps in revision of, in revising core concepts of the subjects like polity, economics, and especially environment, science and tech. So current affairs, when you read, it becomes a revision of your basic concepts. For prelims, that is why it is important. For mains, definitely yes, it is supremely important, because mains questions are always based out of what was there in news, even for your interview. Clipmaster, please focus on your JEE. Get into a college first. Clear JEE. Please understand, JEE is not an easy exam. Focus on it. Don't waste your time. You too, Anshu. Take care. I'll wind it up if there is nobody else. If we use AI for current, bad idea, Priyambada. I already told you that is not sufficient. Monthly current affairs. Correct, Chiru. If you love the subject, Daksh. Next week on Saturday. Every Saturday, 7 p.m. Agreed, Prashant. That is a very true thing. Prashant. Okay. I'll upload it. Thank you, Shravan. Mohana Priya, you have a job now. Very good. Mohana Priya, if you have a job already, the advantage is you may consider joining for the Titan batch as well as Pinnacle batch. I think Pinnacle batch is going to start from April. You may consider joining for it. That is what I would suggest you, rather than you doing all the donkey work. Because if you start it with our online courses, it will be easier. Sian Mukherjee, essay writing notes from newspaper. Dharwad strike. Let a conclusion happen, Prabhu Gaudru. Then we will see about it. Currently, it is an ongoing issue, right? Let the issue get sorted out. Then we will take it up. For NDA self-study, go through the question papers first. See which topics are getting asked repeatedly. Start with the previous year questions. First, do that much. Get to know what you are going to sign up for. What is the demand of this exam? Thank you, Srushti. Answered already. Alo Natin. Oof. Why Israel attacked means upping the game. Hamas or Palestinian supporters. Iran has its proxies. Hamas has tightened its grip over Gaza. So obviously Hamas would have done it with the support of Iran, according to Israel. So Israel would have felt it necessary to go and attack them. Same reasons always. Nothing new in it. I'm a class 12 student. How can I start QET exam? Again, go through the PYQs first. Any exam you are wanting to prepare, please analyze the previous year questions. It will give you a clear idea about the exam demand. Only when you know that, you can do anything. Otherwise, it becomes very, very difficult. Welcome, Durgeshwari. Space science updates, please. Nothing great has happened in the last few weeks, as far as I know. Glad to know that, Srishti. I think what you meant is I admire you so much. Suman Datta, you're welcome. I saw you in Bengaluru, but I'm scared to talk to you. You can approach me offline. See, the problem is online I get a little irritated, especially because some namunas, nibbis will come there. Mostly boys, just to irritate. Offline, at least I can see your face. There, if you try to irritate me, that will be a different story. And generally, I don't get irritated at that point because I can see you. Any genuine questions or doubts you have, you can approach. That's it. Study, Swami. You're welcome, Anushri. Yes, it is for beginners. See, the idea of you, what I keep telling, why I want you to actually get into a job and then prepare for UPSC is fund your studies. That is the basic idea behind it. You fund your studies. Because Indian parents, ultimately, I'm not blaming any parents here, they expect a return on their investment. So some of them at least will later give you a complete account of how much money they spent on you, which will add to the list of burdens when You don't clear in your first attempt, second attempt, etc. That again will become another mental pressure for you. It'll be easier if you get into a job, you fund your studies, you also send some money home, and also keep some money aside for yourself. Don't forget that. Don't send every rupee that you earn to your home. Send how much ever you need. Keep something else for you. Nahi, I love my father, I love my mother, I love my wife, I love my husband. Love everyone. Nobody is asking you not to love. बट ऐसा नहीं है कि यू सेंड यू इतना पैसा भेजोगे तभी प्यार आएगा, ऐसा नहीं है. सेल्फ लव फर्स्ट. Nobody is going to come to rescue you when you need it. Always think and work like that. बचाने के लिए कोई आने वाला नहीं है. யாரும் வர போறதில்ல നമ്മെ കാപ്പാത്തുறதுக்கு. എന്നെ രക്ഷിക്കാൻ ഞാൻ മാത്രമേ ഉള്ളൂ. ഓക്കെ, നീവു നിമ്മെ കാപ്പാടി. Keep it in mind. Save yourself. For that, keep money for yourself. Life will become a lot more easier. Yes, I know, with a job plus online class, you will get very busy. But you will not have time for any nonsense. You will have very, very productive days. That is the bottom line. How to start answer writing and how to do revision. Read a question. See which topic it is. Prepare on that topic. Write an answer. Keep a separate book for it. Keep reviewing it. To speak clearly like you. Keep talking. Nothing else. What is your stream? BTech Marine Engineering. Where are you from? From the state of Kerala, currently residing in Bengaluru. ಕನ್ನಡ ಸುಮ್ಮ ಚಲೋ ಬರ್ತದ. ಸುಮ್ಮ ಚಲೋ ಬರ್ತದ ಅಂದ್ರೆ सर पीवाईक्यू के साथ टेस्ट सीरीज परचेस करे कि अपना इवैल्यूएशन ही सफिशिएंट है. If you take test series, Srijan's test series, it will be better, I would say, especially if you have time right now. If you are still in college or you are working, take it up. I know you may not be able to write all the test series. Whenever you get a chance, write a test and send an answer to them. They will review and tell you where you are. See, reality, I will tell you, Saurabh Singh, those aunties and uncles, right? You keep so much of hatred towards somebody, let us say, okay? You're always like, that fellow, what if he clears UPSC? Oh, and you keep using it. Oh, you didn't clear UPSC. Oh, that much of years waste. Now what will you do? All that negativity. You really think they will all have a healthy life? Almost all of them, whoever was, acting overly or rather taunting me, whatever, they're all in poor health today. So much so that I'm only feeling pavam for them. Like, tarasa aa raha hai mujhe. I feel bad looking at them. Arey, what happened to them? Ye bura ho gaya unke sath. That is the reality. That is what I am trying to tell for the others also. Don't irritate anybody unnecessarily. Somebody comes to irritate you, also let go. Until and unless it is a matter of national security, somebody insulted your family, somebody insulted the love of your life, then don't spare them. I mean, make keen out of them. If none of these three are the reason, say thank you and move out. Walk out from there. Leave away from there. They will always find somebody else to taunt. That's it. Ammonia manufactured through green means, you think. Why you always serious? Teaching is a serious business, my dear. PW NCRT books are enough. PW NCRTs are good enough books. But if you are already attending the coaching from PW, I would suggest the class notes of the faculties are more than sufficient. You are preparing with defense wala. Follow the classes, follow your instructions of your faculties. Follow the current affair classes, whatever I'm taking. Prabhu Gaudru, we should read casually. PYQs, mark it or solve the questions one by one like per day. I would suggest solving it only. Or rather, firstly, what you can do is, what you will do is the topics. For prelims, for mains. Do it subject wise. For each subject, let us say polity. What are the areas from where prelims questions are asked? What are the areas from where mains questions are asked? This you do first. That work you do first. Then we can think about other things. Ten to 7, preparing for SSC. Sujal Patil, you can sit and do maths in the evening, 2 hours. Morning, try to get up and try to solve English. So what I will suggest to you is, evening, do one test of quantitative aptitude. Then there will be some questions which you got wrong. There will be some questions which you skipped. Find out why you got wrong. Find out why you skipped them. Study those chapters, study those questions. Same thing in the morning also, you give one test. English comprehension. How many questions you got wrong? How many questions you skipped? Study those questions and topics. Once you finish studying it, then give the next test. Then the next test. Then the next test. Like that. Priyambada, marathon classes are meant for a quick revision. So if you ask me whether it will work or not, it is supposed to work. That is the idea why we have been doing it. So it is. I would again suggest, go for it. Something is better than nothing. That is the reason. That is not something which I can take care of. You should raise it with the concerned authorities. Pooja Dodley, you can get it from any website. FreeW's app also, PW's website also, you will get it. Should India intervene in Pak-Afghanistan war? India will be intervening, albeit indirectly. Arshad Sharma, how to prepare for SSB personal interview? Please visit YouTube. Plenty of videos are there which will tell you about the different processes and steps involved. Glad to know that. I already answered that, Shweta Tippaiya. Don't make current affair notes, write your PYQs. Class 10 to score AIR1. Oof. See, UPSC Wala books are good books only. I'm not denying it. If you have got those books, start preparing from them. That's it. Nothing else to say other than that. Go through the question papers. Prelims question paper you will go, you will find prelims topics. Mains question paper you will go, you will find mains topics. If it is repeatedly in news, find it, note it down. Because you are only going to get a question in prelims maximum. Mains perspective, maybe you will get one, or maybe you will get one question. If it is a really famous equipment, it is coming in news frequently, then they will ask. If it is a one-off event, chances of it to be asked is very, very less. Degree matters. Degree matters means, no, degree does not matter. You can take it from anywhere, even distance education program. My opinion on Vijay diverse. You should ask Sangeeta, right? I am not his wife. By going on using it. How to manage our anger? You are asking the wrong person. Workout. Try taking intense push-ups. Intense push-ups means take at least 2 to 3 seconds while going down. Very slow. You won't be able to take maybe more than 10 or 11 at a time. Then do again 5 or 6 sets like that. Then maybe, slowly, you will learn to at least to, keep your mouth shut and probably give them one dirty look. My face when all I have to do is that. Earlier I would just give one look. That constipated look when it comes on my face, automatically people will shut their mouth and walk away. All right. 56. Any other questions? Class 10 social science. I'm really sorry, brother. Yeah, I will upload it in Telegram. One spot. Praram batch. It's fine. You can start. See, most of the faculties will include whatever is there in NCRT in their classes itself. Just ask the concerned faculty, should I prepare separately for NCRT or not, or will you cover it in the class itself? If the faculty says no, read NCRT separately, you read it. If the faculty says no, I have already included NCRT content in my notes itself, then no need to do it. There is no ideal timetable. English कैसे सीखे? बस बोल दो. ज़्यादा बोलते जाओगे तो बेहतर हो जाएगा. Anything that you do continuously, it will be easy. So why are you all worried about war? Let it happen first. Let it happen. Let them all kill each other. Then we will worry. When the oil prices, etc., start shooting up, then we will worry. Boosting accuracy, not to attempt questions which you are not familiar with, not to make any unnecessary guesswork. Focus on your class 10, Bharat. You are still at least 6 years away. You're a commerce student, you can try for company secretary, you can try for chartered accountant, you can try even for CFA courses. All of this will give you high package in corporate world. Whatever AI, all anything you bring, you need a chartered accountant to manage GST, to manage income tax. AI can never replace a chartered accountant. Only chartered accountant will know what are the loopholes in a law. And GST as well as income tax will keep changing every year. No chat GPT, no AI will be updated to that level where they'll be able to find out the loophole in a law. So do see, you will get paid a bomb. Let it be. Let's call it a day, people. Take care.